Your UK limited company needs these documents, or chances are you haven't done it right. Now, if this is your first time actually registering a UK limited company, then you're going to want to pay attention to the content of this video, because I'm going to be sharing with you some of the common issues that I found when clients come to me where they have registered their UK company by themselves or registered it without actually carrying out the proper research. Now, if you are someone who is looking to register a UK limited company and you have little to no idea where and how to get started, I want to share with you some key important documents that you will need to take note of and consider if this is your first time actually looking to register one and just paying attention to it. Hello, if this is your first time here, my name is Tess and I'm a UK qualified accountant, and on this channel I share useful weekly videos to help fellow entrepreneurs like you start and grow their businesses. If you ever want to work with me on a one-to-one basis, you can do so using the links in the description box below. Now, by far, one of the biggest risks to failing to actually register your UK limited company properly is the fact that you actually will not be benefiting from the protection that you should get as part of the limited liability status. Okay, so if your UK limited company is not properly registered, then you could actually be exposing your personal liability, i.e., you are not actually fully taking advantage of the protection that having a UK limited company should be offering you, as well as other benefits that you would usually get as part of actually running your business using a UK limited company structure. Now, to start with, one of the key pieces of documentation you're going to definitely need to understand is going to be the Articles of Association. Now, this particular documentation actually includes details, or rather should include details, regarding the ownership of that company, regarding the governance of the company, and also details around how the company is going to be run and managed. Okay, it's also important to bear in mind that this particular documentation is actually a publicly available document. Okay, so it will be made publicly available when you've actually registered that company. So one of the key things you want to make sure you do is to understand what details you need to include in your Articles of Association, and be sure that the details are of the right standard, and so that when you're actually registering your UK limited company, you have included enough information, or you have adopted rather the right type of Articles of Association for the UK company that you are registering, because you will need your Articles of Association when you're actually registering your UK limited company. Now, next is a document called a Memorandum of Association. Now, this is basically a legal document that has been signed by all the shareholders and the guarantors of the company who have agreed to actually form that company. Okay, some of the details that should be included in this document should include, but is not limited to, the registered name of the company, and also whether or not that company is limited by shares or is limited by guarantee. The next document I want to bring to your attention is called the Shareholders Agreement. Now, this document is one that is actually very easily overlooked by so many, but it's actually very important, because take, for instance, if you're in a position where you've decided to actually open a company with, a member of your family or even a close friend, and for whatever reason something goes wrong in the future, okay, and there are disagreements as to who owns what and how dividends are to be split and how the shares of the company are to be split. So this particular document is going to help you actually handle and bypass that, and provide a solution to actually help you handle any potential disputes which might arise in the future. Now, a shareholders agreement is actually a document that is produced internally. This document is not going to be made publicly available, and neither is it a statutory requirement, i.e., it is not required by law. Now, some of the information you want to make sure to include as part of the shareholders agreement should include what rights do each shareholders actually have to dividends, what are the rights and obligations of each shareholder within that company, and also how easy is it going to be for your shareholders to actually sell their shares or indeed to give up their shares. These are just some information that you want to consider putting in when you're actually putting together your shareholders agreement as part of actually ensuring that you have a tight governance system where everyone is clear on what their duties are, what their rights and obligations are. Now, as an accountant, these are some of the documentations that I would absolutely stress to anyone who is looking to open a UK limited company to pay careful attention to before they actually open that company, particularly if you're doing it by yourself or if you don't have the assistance of an accountant actually doing that on your behalf. Now, if you're interested in our UK company registration services, or indeed you already have an existing UK company and you're interested in learning more about the services we provide, then please make sure to check the links in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you haven't already done so, please do make sure you give this video a like, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. I will see you in the next video.